Hey there, welcome back to Twisted Hood. Here, we unravel the most fascinating and gripping crime stories that will keep you hooked. If you're as obsessed with true crime as we are, show some love by hitting that like button, dropping a comment, and subscribing to the channel. Trust us, you won't want to miss the twists and turns we have coming your way. This is the story of a father, not unlike a modern-day vlogger, who uses his small YouTube channel to deliver a chilling message. He declares that his actions are dedicated to every daughter in his country. What follows is a tale of a man who journeyed from Kuwait to enact a desperate act of justice. For 15 years, this man had worked in Kuwait. One day he requested a mere 4 days of leave, telling his wife and mother-in-law that he needed to travel within Kuwait. He left, and he returned, but in those few days, he committed an act that stunned an entire state's police force, not because of the act itself, but because he himself confessed to it, revealing details they hadn't yet uncovered. This story unfolds in a district of Andhra Pradesh, involving a minor in a case of sexual abuse. To protect the family's privacy, names will be omitted. The father, about 15 years prior, had found work as a driver in Kuwait. He earned well, sending money home to his aging parents. Eventually, he returned to India, married, and continued working in Kuwait, frequently visiting his wife. They had a daughter. As their work in Kuwait became stable, they decided to bring his wife's mother over to help care for their child. As time passed, their daughter grew into a 12-year-old. The grandmother's health began to decline, so they brought her to Kuwait to live with them. This left a crucial question. Who would care for their daughter back in India? They decided she would live with her maternal aunt, her mother's younger sister, with the parents sending financial support from Kuwait. During a visit, the mother noticed something was amiss. Her daughter confided that her aunt's father-in-law, a 59-year-old man, had been touching her inappropriately. Thanks to awareness about appropriate and inappropriate touch, the girl was able to articulate what had happened. The mother, initially in disbelief, spoke in detail with her daughter, who confirmed the abuse. The mother immediately called her husband in Kuwait. Enraged, the father instructed his wife to file a police report for molestation. However, when the mother and daughter went to the police station, their complaint was met with resistance. The police simply summoned the accused, scolded him, and released him with a warning. The mother, fearing for her daughter's safety, knew she couldn't leave her there. Her younger sister couldn't guarantee her daughter's safety either. The father insisted his wife return to the police station. The mother, accompanied by her daughter, went back, pleading with the police to take action against such a serious crime, especially involving a minor. The police, however, accused her of framing the man and threatened her with false accusations due to her work in Kuwait. The mother, terrified, returned to Kuwait with her daughter and recounted everything to her husband. They tried other avenues to file a report, but to no avail. They grappled with the reality of what their daughter had endured and the potential danger if the abuser remained free. They realized that if they didn't act, other children could be at risk. Feeling abandoned by the system, they made a fateful decision. They would take justice into their own hands. The father, who maintained a small Telugu YouTube channel, took 4 days of leave from work from December 6th to 9th. On December 6th, he flew from Kuwait to Chennai. He hired a taxi and traveled to the village where the accused lived. Under the cover of night, he approached the man's house, armed with an iron rod he had acquired in Chennai. He silently entered the house and struck the sleeping man twice on the head, ensuring he was dead. He then left the village, returned to Chennai in the same taxi, and boarded his flight back to Kuwait. News of the murder spread through the village. The police began their investigation, but with no leads. Meanwhile, the father in Kuwait monitored the news from Andhra Pradesh, waiting to see if his crime had been discovered. By Wednesday, with no mention of his name, he felt a chilling realization. The police hadn't even suspected him. On Thursday, December 12th, he recorded a video in Telugu for his YouTube channel. He confessed to the murder, detailing the abuse his daughter suffered, the police inaction, and his subsequent act of vengeance. He described his journey, the attack, and his return to Kuwait. He stated that he had waited for news of the investigation, but since nothing had happened, he felt compelled to take responsibility for his actions. He declared that he committed the murder not only for his daughter but for all the daughters of India who are failed by the system. He concluded by stating his intention to surrender to the authorities. The video went viral, causing an uproar in Andhra Pradesh. Police officials, forced to respond to the public outcry, claimed they had previously addressed a dispute between the families, dismissing the molestation accusations. However, they could not explain why they hadn't filed a report when a minor alleged abuse. The question remains, while the father committed murder, is he solely responsible? Did the system, the local police, also bear guilt? Had the police taken the mother's initial complaints seriously, the tragedy might have been averted. The father committed a crime, but was he driven to it by the failings of a system? Was he a criminal or a desperate father pushed to the edge? We'll be back soon with more such exciting crime stories. Until then, take care of yourself, stay healthy, and make sure to hit that subscribe button so you're ready for what's next. See you soon.